On the news tonight, state government promises to deal with communities involved in crises. State Association of Deaf marks 2024 awareness program. Federal government to root cause of earth tremors. And abroad, United Nations General Assembly resumes 10th emergency special session. Good evening. Welcome to Delta TV News at 8. I am Blessing Usiagbada. The state government has said that any community involved in crisis will be severely dealt with. The special advisor to the state government peace building and conflict resolution, Chief Edwin Uzo, stated this during a joint meeting with the representatives of Ijere Kingdom and Ibedeni Kingdom in Ichop West and Ndokwa West local government area, held at his office in Asaba. Henry Onogwa reports.
Chief Uzo said the meeting was as a result of the letter to the state government from the people of Ijere Central, Ogwedion, Ijere Kingdom, and Jesse Town. He condemned the alleged foul words used by the traditional ruler on some of his subjects during a meeting and described it as uncalled for, and promised to contact him to hear his own side of the matter. Chief Uzo advised the aggrieved party to shield their sword, adding that no one was above mistakes, and advised that anything done in error should not be repeated.
One king, one gazetted king, which government recognizes. There are other senior chiefs, there are other people that is also recognized. But we have one king. That is why it's only one person that will be addressed as His Royal Majesty, not two. And live in peace. We will conclude this matter. We will conclude this matter in another city.
Chief Uzo condemned in strong terms the action of the Onueworo, Chief Solomon Ojarefe, who usurped the authority of the traditional ruler by conferring chieftaincy title on some of the community members. The peace-building team advised the representative of Ibedeni Kingdom to go and maintain peace and shun anything that could promote crisis, adding that the royal family must put aside kingship tussle in order to give the late traditional ruler a befitting burial. They advised the people to maintain peace as that was the best way to go. Henry Onogwa reporting.
The secretary nominee from Amiocha South local government area earlier stepped down by the State House of Assembly for improper documentation of his credentials has been cleared for appointment. Favor Okafor has details.
Appearing before the House at the Committee of the Whole House, as was moved by the Majority Leader, Honorable Emeka Nwobi, and seconded by the member representing Ndokwa West constituency, Honorable Charles Emetulu, the nominee, Prince Tony Ebube, was commended by the Speaker, the Right Honorable Emomotimi Guo, for putting his credentials in order and later cleared to take a bow. Congratulating the confirmed nominee, the Speaker counselled him to be diligent in carrying out his assigned duties for the local government.
The nominee who has been confirmed as Secretary and National South Local Government Council to be diligent in carrying out his official duties as he has been confirmed as Secretary to the Local Government Council, and he is expected to conduct and act with decorum and within the habits of the law as Secretary of National South Local Government Council. Congratulations to him.
The Right Honorable Guo had earlier informed the House of a letter received from the chairman of Sapele local government seeking the clearance for its secretary nominee. The nominee was then asked to submit 35 copies of his curriculum vitae to the office of the clerk of the House on or before Monday next week and appear for screening on Tuesday 24. Favor Okafor reporting.
Government parastatals in the health sector have been charged to take ownership of health programs and policies from the federal government and the World Health Organization, among other health development partners, to improve the health system in the state. The Secretary to the State Government, SSG, Dr. Kingsley Emu, gave the charge during a top government management meeting with representatives of the World Health Organization, the United Nations International Children Education Fund, UNICEF, and other health agencies at the SSG complex in Asaba. Sams Okochite reports.
Dr. Emu, who appreciated the presentations from the representatives of the WHO and UNICEF, said health is an integral part of human development and no state can independently care for its health challenges. He charged the Ministry of Health and Economic Planning as well as related government parastatals to take ownership of the WHO, UNICEF and federal government health programs, especially with regards to the new Health Sector Strategic Blueprint, HSSB, for every state in the Federation. Dr. Emo called for commitment from the government agencies and domestication of the health policies and programs, charging all to brace up to the challenges.
It tells you that through collaboration, you can, and through collaboration, and with the locals, you can master, throw up your challenges and master them and build internal capabilities. Internal capabilities is what she's preaching. So let us, to be able to benefit, let us harness all our skills, put them together, right? And then draw on programs and deal with them.
Earlier, the WHO State Coordinator and Technical Assistant, Dr. Faith Irie, charged the states to take the lead in the statewide approach plan SWA of the HSSB, which would involve the oneness of a plan, resources, and strategy toward healthcare improvements in the state. She called on the state government to allocate scarce resources to the most important health challenges marked as peculiar to it. The WHO State Coordinator appealed to the state government to make needed funds available and to accountably utilize the current World Bank fund for the new Health Sector Strategic Blueprint of 2023 to 2027.
The priority areas is the state that is going to say this is the area, this is where our problem is. This is the one. We have 262 interventions. They just gave the interventions. If you look at it, which one is your priority? Although out of those 27 priority intervention initiatives and those 262 interventions, state look at it. It's one way. I'm not going to pick. It's what applies to your state.
Also, the UNICEF Technical Assistant Dr. Shike Waniwo said the World Bank assisted HSSB will transform the state health sector, guide resource allocation and investment on health, improve access to affordable and quality healthcare services, strengthen healthcare governance, as well as community engagement, among other benefits. Sans Opojite reporting.
The chairman of the State Civil Service Commission, Lady Roselyn Amioku, has called on various political groups in the state to support the more agenda of the state governor, Honorable Sheriff Obarewere, in order to attract more development. Lady Amioku made the call when she received a delegate from the Delta People's Mandate for Sheriff, a non-governmental group, at her office in Asaba. Henry Onoba reports.
Lady Amioku, who expressed satisfaction with the visit, lauded the group for their support to the state governor, Honorable Sheriff Obarewere, and enjoined the national chairman of the group to carry every member along in the scheme of things. She noted that different political and non-political groups had visited and indicated their support for the state governor and charged the Delta People's Mandate for Sheriff to sustain the good work of campaigning for the state governor come 2027.
I want to tell you people that the mind you have now to come here, that unit to be able to achieve your goal. You need me, you need my advice, feel free to come to me. I'm already part of you.
My message is that they should work the same with us, with the governor, with everybody in government, to make sure that they move PDP forward.
The national chairman of the Delta People's Mandate for Sheriff, Del Pomas, Mr. Ray Omas, said the essence of the visit was to express their support for the state governor for his leadership style and to present an award to the chairman, Civil Service Commission, Lady Roselyn Amioku, as patron of the group. He said the group, formed in 2019, is known for its grassroots mobilization and has supported the immediate past administration of former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, who also advised them to extend same to his successor.
We are here to pledge to support him towards 2027 election. With the good work he has started right from the day he assumed office, I see that it's quite different from other leaders that we have had before.
Lady Amioku was later presented with an award as patron of the group. Henry Onogwa reporting.
The State Commissioner for Economic Planning, Mr. Sonny Ekedanye, has reiterated government's commitment to completing ongoing projects in the state. Mr. Ekedanye stated this at a stakeholders meeting held with citizens on the 2025 budget at the Unity Hall Government House, Asaba. Tessia Buga's report is presented.
The Commissioner said the budget would be targeted at the current gains of the state government's expansion of the revenue base by sustaining the ongoing reform and upward targeting of the internally generated revenue. According to him, the budget would also strengthen micro and small-scale enterprises so as to create employment. He emphasized that government would complete ongoing projects and new ones like recreation facilities and roads would also be given priority attention. The Economic Commissioner also highlighted the Governor Sheriff Oboriwori's achievement in the past 1 year, saying that the government has successfully cleared some of the debt the state is owing. He noted that the health institution and educational sector have also been given a facelift, including building new facilities for these sectors.
A lot is on the plate. You know already that this government is very big on infrastructure. That will continue. So all ongoing infrastructure road projects and new ones will be embarked upon. In fact, we're just waiting for the dry season and the onset of the dry season to mobilize the contractors and to begin to mobilize the site.
The Executive Economic Advisor to the Governor, Mr. Barigbe, explained that government will always ensure that every money spent will be fully accounted for. The chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council, the Oroji of Okwe, His Royal Majesty Major General Ujakbero, retired, and the chairman Delta President General Forum, Ndokwa East, Prince Igwe Nzekwe, spoke on behalf of the President General, said the budget planning will also consider the youth, community leaders, and other important issues of the communities.
We are not making facilities, provision for maintenance. If you don't maintain the structure, even your own house, it will interfere. So I want to know what we have done with this budget.
Covering Isuku, Ijo, Ichiku, Ndogo, and Ndokwa, and Osho Shumeka, all the seven, they are all the one present here. So everything happened today, we go back to the grassroots immediately as they're going back to their communities now.
Members of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, posted to Delta State, having assured of maximum security in any part of the state in which they find themselves. The state governor, Elder Sheriff Oberiwori, gave the assurance in his remarks at a ceremony to mark the end of the 3 weeks orientation course for the Batch B Stream 2 Corps members at Isieluku and Nyocha North Local Government Area. The report.
The governor, represented by the Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Barrister Harry Trakirowe, commended the Corps members for being of good conduct throughout their stay in the orientation camp. He promised to reward excellent service among Corps members as an incentive for hard work and commitment to duty. Governor Oborewori advised the Corps members to respect the culture and norms of their host communities in the course of their primary assignments. He assured them that Deltans were a peace-loving people and were looking forward to accommodating them.
Delta State is very safe and hospitable. I assure you of the warmth and love of Deltans wherever you are posted to for your primary assignment.
In the same vein, the state coordinator of the NYSC, Mr. Olusegun Alao commended the youths for being well behaved throughout their stay in the camp. He advised them to be of good conduct in their places of primary assignments, adding that he would be paying regular visits. The NYSC coordinator thanked the state government, traditional rulers in the area, and the state at large, as well as other stakeholders for their continued support, enjoining them not to relent.
Place on record the support of His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, towards the NYSC in the state. The soon-to-be-completed 700-bed capacity hostel is a testament to this effort. I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the traditional rulers across the state for providing the conducive environment for corps members in their respective communities.
The event featured the inspection of a guard of honor mounted by the corps members, by the governor's representative, and a march past.
Consultants have been charged to key into the digital birth registration exercise in order for government to adequately plan for children to enjoy an uninterrupted access to health, education, and other essential social services. The call was made during a press conference on the Birth Registration Social Mobilization Drive organized by the National Orientation Agency, NOA, Delta State Chapter, in collaboration with the National Population Commission, NPC, and the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, held in Asaba. Henry Usiayo reports.
The Director General of the National Orientation Agency, NOA, Malam Lanre Issa Onilu, in his address said it was imperative to register all children from ages 0 to 5. Malam Issa Onilu noted that registering childbirth would not only secure their future, but also contribute to national development and help government to make policies and programs that will be beneficial to them. Malam Issa Onilu, represented by his special advisor on partnership and program, Mr. Anthony Eromosele, stressed that proper birth registration was necessary for the planning and development of the country, as it would afford the government the necessary information to prepare for its citizens.
We decided, and we saw it necessary to actually have a community sense of awareness, social sensitization, and awareness campaign to reach out to these grassroots areas to ensure that we mobilize these people to come out and register their ward, particularly 0 to 5 years old. In the process of this registration, these kids are also going to be assigned their NIN, their name, number, and for the parents who don't have name, during the course of this their registration for their ward, so they can add this also as an opportunity, register for themselves to have their name.
The State Director of the National Orientation Agency, Mrs. Tracy Ikolomi, in her remarks said the agency, in partnership with the National Population Commission, NPC, and UNICEF, was formally announcing the launch of the nationwide birth registration, aimed at ensuring that every child in Nigeria has access to education, healthcare, and other essential services. Mrs. Ikolomi noted that the exercise was very important as it would assist government at all levels to have enough database to work in formulating programs and policies.
Yes, because we have put a lot of things into place to ensure that information is well spread, and then UNICEF is in partnership with us to ensure that the technical partners, as National Population Commission of Nigeria, goes out to ensure that people are captured in this birth registration. So we believe that with the information that we're passing out, that more people will be involved, and then the ideas behind this registration will be captured, and as well the information will be spread, and then achievements will be done as is. The people that is needed to be registered will be registered.
The Director General of the Delta State Orientation Bureau, Dr. Fred Latimore Nesiwe, and others in their goodwill messages said that program was apt and also act that every child must have identity with digital documentation. Them is to educate the people in their areas on the essence of birth registration, the need to be adequately involved.
We need this for planning. We need this for your better purposes. And then for identity, why we must people heard about what the National Orientation Agency is doing by bringing this message very, very resounding to our people. I think this is a responsibility that we all must do. And as a State Orientation Communication Bureau, we partner very well with the NOA here. And since Kolobi has been a very resourceful person, we will continue to work together.
This vet registration drive is quite commendable, and I want to give you full assurance that the Christian Association of Nigeria will use all its organs and avenues to propagate it and to advertise it.
Recently, many people spend more time than men in the civil service before they retire. They get their ages by claiming other days of death. It is against this background that one should appreciate the importance of today's event. We as stakeholders must open our minds to experts as they share knowledge, importance of vet registration, as well as imbibe of them the modern methods and techniques.
Staff have been requested to each LGAs for this exercise. It is being done word by word.
It's a very good, because the world is going digital, and going forward you find out that children will be able to know the exact bet, and if they can even add both dates, they will be able to know, because digital is something that remains. It's not like a paperwork that people can forge. It will help the government to, to be able to plan, and this idea of people even increasing their age in the civil service in future, it will not appear.
The event featured an interactive session from various stakeholders. Henry Usiayu reporting.
To employ more signs languages interprets to reduce communication stress of deaf persons was the crux of the message during a peaceful walk by Delta State Association of the Deaf to mark the 2024 Deaf Awareness Week. Eunice Emeazia reports.
Imagine a world where hands speak louder than words. For the deaf community, it is not just a passing experience to communicate through sign language, it is a daily reality. Every year, the Delta State Association of the Deaf converge to celebrate the Deaf Awareness Week, aimed at increasing awareness on the importance of sign language in actualizing human rights for deaf people. As part of activities marking the 2024 event, members trekked from the State Secretariat of the Joint National Association of People Living with Disabilities off Opanam Road to the Anwai Road and back to the Secretariat, making brief stop at the office of the Secretary to the State Government and the Government House, Asaba. Receiving the members at the Government House, Asaba, the State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oberowori, represented by the Chief of Staff, Government House, Asaba, Honorable Johnson Erijo, assured them that the inclusive administration of Governor Oberowori involved persons living with disability.
The Oberowori's administration has promised to run inclusive administration that will include all Deltans, both those of you who have disability in hearing. We have received all your presentation and we are full of them. The governor obviously is going to attend to all your requests, and those of them that are feasible for us to implement immediately, government will give them the necessary attention that.
The Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Kingsley Emu, represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the SSG, Mr. Anthony Abua, while receiving members at the office premises, commended their peaceful conduct.
They are very peaceful people. All they need is little care, which I know the state government is very much aware of, and we treat them accordingly.
The State Chairman, Association of the Deaf, Mr. Emmanuel Oyibo, had earlier communicated the challenges and needs of the association to the government officials through an interpreter, where he noted that many deaf in the state were graduates and some who had no formal education had skills, yet they faced discrimination and isolation by other members of the society. Mr. Oyibo appealed to the state government to employ more sign language interpreters in various government ministries, departments and agencies for easy communication for their members. Employment of more qualified special needs teachers who know the sign language. Provide jobs for graduates who are deaf. Empower those with skills and provide appointments for members, saying that it would help promote the rights of the deaf.
That we need interpreters. Many teachers who are teaching in the special school are not, they don't have the sign language, they don't know the sign language. Please, we need them to employ more qualified special teachers.
The theme for the 2024 celebration is Sign Up for Sign Language Right. All of these persons forming the Association of the Deaf came from different places, showing the unity in sign language, and they are advocating for more persons to sign up for sign language to make their life easier. Eunice Emiazia reporting.
The federal government has initiated a thorough investigation into the root causes of the recent earth tremors that rattled the Mbappe area in Abuja. The tremors, which began on Monday night, alarmed residents with reports of 6 to 8 seismic events being recorded. The tremors, which were first detected around 11 p.m., led to widespread concern due to loud noises and ground shaking in the vicinity. During a ministerial press briefing, the Minister of Science, Technology and Education, Mr. Uche Naji, assured the public that a team of experts from the Center for Geodesy and Geodynamics, an arm of the National Space Research and Development Agency, is actively analyzing the tremors using sophisticated earthquake analysis software. According to data from seismographs, the tremors included 3 foreshocks and 3 aftershocks, with the main seismic event occurring at 11:37 p.m., which recorded a local magnitude of 3.1 and a focal depth of 11 kilometers. The significant geological disturbance, experts believe, may be attributed to the reactivation of faults within the Mbappe locality, a region that has experienced similar tremors in the past, notably between September 5 and 7, 2018. Mr. Naji emphasized that while these tremors have understandably caused alarm, residents should remain calm as NASRDA continues to monitor the situation closely. He also assured that the government is analyzing comprehensive data from seismic and GNSS stations to formulate mitigation strategies. The Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, MDCAN, has called on the federal government to immediately withdraw a controversial circular it claims discriminates against healthcare workers by denying them their lawful leave of absence. The National Executive Council meeting, NDCAN, today expressed displeasure over the government's new policy, which it described as a violation of civil service rules. The communique signed by NDCAN President Professor Aminu Mohammed and Secretary Professor Dayabu Ibrahim emphasized that the circular contradicts established civil service regulations, adding that the policy would allegedly force doctors and other healthcare professionals to resign from their positions instead of granting them leave of absence as prescribed by law. The association called the move discriminatory and urged the government to reverse the decision. The MDCAN has called on relevant authorities to address these pressing issues to ensure fairness and the safety of healthcare professionals across the country. The Gavi Vaccine Alliance has announced today a deal with Danish drug maker Bavarian Nordic to secure 500,000 jabs against Mpox for use in African countries facing an epidemic of the virus. The announcement came after the World Health Organization last week pre-qualified an Mpox vaccine, MVABN, for the first time, paving the way for the United Nations and other international agencies to procure them. Separately, the Global Fund, a partnership set up in 2002 to battle AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, said it will provide $9.5 million towards the Mpox response in the Democratic Republic of Congo, at the epicenter of the current epidemic. Gavi said the vaccine doses to be delivered by the end of the year will be purchased through its First Response Fund, which was created in June to make cash rapidly available for vaccines during health emergencies. Mpox, previously known as monkeypox, is caused by a virus transmitted to humans by infected animals, but can also be passed from human to human through close physical contact. It causes fever, muscular aches, and large boil-like skin lesions, and in some cases can be deadly. The WHO declared an international emergency over Mpox last month, concerned by the surge in cases of the new clade 1B strain in the DR Congo that spread to nearby countries. The federal government has unveiled an advanced supervisory control and data acquisition system for managing the national power grid. This new technology promises to enhance the efficiency, reliability, and sustainability of the country's power supply, positioning Nigeria for a more stable energy future. The Minister of Power, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, in a speech delivered at the unveiling in Abuja by Mr. Emmanuel Nosike, emphasized the transformative impact of the new SCADA system. The SCADA system provides real-time monitoring and control of the national grid, enabling operators to detect faults, manage loads more efficiently, and respond promptly to outages. The system is part of a broader initiative under the Nigerian Electricity Transmission Access Project, aimed at modernizing the nation's power infrastructure and implementing smart grid technologies. The minister added that these developments align with government's objective of achieving energy security and expanding access to electricity for all Nigerians. The managing director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, Dr. Sule Abdulaziz, also highlighted the significance of the project, that the development is expected to bolster private sector investment in Nigeria's energy market, further accelerate growth in the power sector, and drive the nation towards achieving its electrification goals. You are on to Delta TV News at 8. Still to come, United Nations General Assembly resumes 10th Management or Emergency Special Session. Details of this story and many more will come after the short break. Please stay tuned.
Don't worry, we'll talk later, yeah?
What day?
How far?
Give me small spot, I beg. Make I pick. Beg.
Oh, yeah, now.
Thanks, G. No, she's in fact, don't come out.
But be a fan. I got you.
Body, I beg, make I connect. I beg, I need to stream.
That was that now.
Enjoy 100% data bonus with live data. Dial *2# to enjoy.
Power your ambition with ultra high speed data. Glow Limited.
The global scene is next as we join our World News Desk.
The United Nations General Assembly has resumed its special session at the United Nations headquarters in New York. The former United Nations Ambassador Riyad Mansour said that the draft advisory opinion of the International Court of Justice, which was issued last June at the request of the General Assembly on the illegality of Israel in the occupied Palestinian territories, Ambassador Mansour added that a draft resolution was sponsored by 40 countries and is based on international law, stressing the need to respect the rule of law and the rights of Palestinian people to access justice. He explained that the draft resolution reflects in its preamble the decisions reached by the International Court of Justice, with a focus on its executive paragraphs on the obligations of all states, the United Nations, and other international organizations for the international law. The convening of the special session of the United Nations Palestinian Draft Resolution comes days before the arrival of presidents in New York to participate in the opening of the annual session. And police in Namibia are investigating the death of 4 who were playing in an empty old freezer in the northeastern Zambezi region. Between 3 and 6, the children were found inside the unused deep freezer area of the town of Katima Mulilo. The police believe playing.
Let's join our business news desk for happenings in the business sector.
It has revealed that insecurity, high interest rates, and high businesses last month, setting these in its business expectations survey released yesterday. The Apex Bank, however, said the firms of the survey also expressed optimism over the outlook on volume of business activities in the next 6 months. The optimism, according to the suspect for employment in the same period. The CBN noted that the sector with the highest prospect for employment was the agricultural sector, followed by the industry and services sectors. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) has said that fuel subsidy removal, lower import bills, and increased external debt servicing obligations could pose downside risk for the growth of external reserves by 2024-2025. CBN disclosed the monetary credit, foreign trade, and exchange policy guidelines for fiscal years 2025. However, the Apex Bank projected an economic growth for the period based on continued policy support to the agricultural reforms in the foreign exchange market and the effective implementation of the 2022-2025 medium-term national development that the outlook for Nigeria.
And in sports, Team Delta continued its dominance in the medal table at the ongoing 8th edition of the National Youth Games tagged Asaba 2024. Team Delta today added to its medal chart after winning gold medal in the handball male final. Lagos State finished second in the male handball, while Niger State claimed bronze medal. The hosts now have garnered 34 gold medals, 15 silver and 20 bronze medals to bring their medal to 64. Edo State are currently second on the log with 14 gold, 7 silver and 17 bronze medals to bring their title medals to 38. Lagos State have 12 gold, 14 silver and 17 bronze to bring their medal to total 43. Ebonyi, Sokoto, Taraba, Yobe and Zamfara are the only states yet to win any medal at the 8th edition of the National Youth Games, which will end tomorrow. Nigerians remaining representatives in the 2024-2025 CAF Confederation Cup Enyimba FC today arrived Uyo to begin training preparations for the return leg clash with Burkina Faso. The Elephants will engage Burkina Faso this weekend in a winner-monster merge encounter. The first leg, second preliminary round tie, had ended goalless in Bamako, Mali. The game is expected to hold at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo on Friday. And that's our news. Now a thought for the day. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. Just before we go, let's take a look at some of our major stories. The state government has said that any community involved in crisis will be severely dealt with. The special advisor to the state government on peace building and conflict resolution, Chief Edwin Uzo, stated this during a joint meeting with the representatives of Ijere Kingdom and Ibedeni Kingdom in Egypt West and Ndokwa West local government areas held at his office in Asaba. The need to employ more sign languages interprets to reduce communication stress of deaf persons was the crux of the message during a peaceful walk by Delta State Association of the Deaf to mark the 2024 Deaf Awareness Week. The federal government has initiated a thorough investigation into the root causes of the recent earth tremors that rattled the Impape area in Abuja. The tremors, which began on Monday night, alarmed residents with reports of 6 to 8 seismic events being recorded. We also reported that United Nations General Assembly resumes 10th emergency special session. That ends Delta TV News at 8. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am Blessing Usiabada. Have a lovely night rest.